So I'd like to share some thoughts on chord progressions, and I'll try my best to keep it as simple and basic as possible. I know it's a weird topic, especially Western music theory is by no means perfect and has its flaws, so I still think it's a good foundation and something to have in your tool bag. So I'll try my best to simplify things as far as possible. So if we take the C major scale, you can transpose all this or move it to different keys later. But with this, I'll just stick with the C major or A minor scale, which is all the white keys on the keyboard. And you start playing each white key with leaving one space in between. You'll start getting chords that sound nice together. The first chord will be a major chord if you start on C. The second chord will be a minor chord. And you keep on going like that, record them to each pad on the sampler, and you'll end up with a certain pattern of chords, which is the first will be a major chord, the second will be a minor chord, the third will be a minor chord, the fourth will be a major chord, the fifth will be a major dominant chord if you add in the seventh note, like 4 notes. The next will be minor, then we'll have a diminished, and we'll end up at the root note again, or the root chord, the home chord, which is the 1. So if we give Roman numerals to these chords, we'll have the 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, the 7 chord, and the octave again, which is the 1 chord. Lay them out onto your sampler of choice, in this case the SP-404 Mark II, and I can use the bottom row to either have different versions of the chords above, or bass notes, or some kind of accompanying notes of the scale. Here I just laid out bass notes of the scale. And we can start experimenting with different moods and feels for different chord progressions. There's a lot of formulas out there in using these Roman numeral systems. Like if you look at the blues, 12-bar blues, for example, will have 4 bars of the 1 chord, and we'll have 2 bars of the 4 chord, 2 more bars of the 1 chord, the 5 chord to create some tension, the 4 chord, and back to the 1, and at the end, optional to put in a 5th chord, a 5 chord again. Have pop or songwriter progressions, which is the 1 chord, the 6 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. You can interchange them. Or pachelbel, which is 1 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. As you see, these chords kind of create tension or relief. How I'd say they have some chord qualities to them, and I've marked the chords here, but you can experiment for yourself how you feel by using these chords. And if you lay them out on the SP, you can easily experiment with different progressions, inversions. If you add some kind of effects or create some kind of patterns and add some interesting effects to the whole thing. Where's my patterns here? Let's just use this. Time-based effects. hope it gives you a good basic start of working with chord progressions. I'd love to explain a lot more in depth about all this and how to jazz things up by using different tension notes in the chords themselves, or simplifying stuff by just using power chords. There's a lot to explore with this, and it's a very deep topic. I hope I could help somebody with this, or at least give you a little bit of a starting point. Let me know. Thank you.